Esteemed viewers, welcome to the Great Debaters Contest. We are still camped at Machakos Academy, continuing with the search for the great debater in Machakos region.
And ultimately in Kenya.
I am your host, Esperantia Kapanga.
And I am Chris Boru. The motion being debated today is raising the age limit on alcohol will result in reduced substance abuse amongst the youth.
Proposing the motion, we have Makueni Boys High School.
And opposing the motion, we have Machakos Academy. Question is, will it or will it not?
Proposer number 1, you have 3 minutes.
When I was a child, I thought like a child. Now mature, I'm thinking maturely. Words from Paul to the Corinthians. And if Paul affirms that while he was a child, he thought like a child, then what will you allow me to make mature decisions while I'm still a child? Representing the proposers from Makueni Boys, I'm Kale Mudami, and I'm here to propose this motion that states raising the age limit for alcohol will result to reduced substance abuse among the youth. According to the Macmillan Dictionary, age limit is the minimum age that is synonymous to restriction on various factors. Alcohol is any substance containing ethanol in its consumable form. Youth is a time in life when a person is young, just before adulthood. And therefore, based on this motion, I am here to advocate for the raising of the minimal legal drinking age of alcohol, MLDA, from 18 years to 21 years in order to help curb this menace of drug and substance abuse in our country. According to Temika Zapuki, an assistant professor of psychology at the Indiana University, on a February 10th, 2015 article, Keep the Drinking Age High, stated that low drinking age leads to lowered perception of risk. And with lowered perception of risk, definitely the prevalence rates tend to go higher. Take it this way. Why don't we raise the perception of risk in our country by raising the minimal legal drinking age of alcohol from 18 years to 21 years in order to reduce this menace of drug and substance abuse in our country? Raising the MLDA will result to a reduced market of those consuming alcohol in our country. Remember that this age group aged 18 years to 21 years is composed of 3 million people, of which around 23% take alcohol. Since these people who are supplying alcohol and those who are distributing alcohol and those manufacturing alcohol are business corporations, they still desire to attain the profits that they achieve at this moment. They'll have to raise their prices in order to achieve what they used to achieve before this drinking age was raised. And therefore, this alcohol will not become affordable to our youth. Therefore, the drinking and the substance abuse rates in our country will definitely go down. According to Alex H., sourced from essayforum.com, chances of one becoming a binge drinker are higher when one takes alcohol before the 21st birthday. And these guys, remember, they have no mature mind. They are much idler. They are idlers, that is. They are idlers. They don't have much to do. And since they have that one freedom of taking alcohol at this age of 18, these guys tend to spend their time taking alcohol. When we restrict this freedom, I'm so sure that these guys will not have, access to this alcohol, and therefore we will reduce the rates of substance abuse in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, like a flower at its tender age, the sepals take care of the petals. Similarly, we have to take care of the youth at 18 before they can reach the age of 21, because they are just like a young bud. I feel like disposing of this flower. However, keep it for me. Thank you.
First opposer, you have 3 minutes to present your argument.
Agenda number 1, ni pombe. Agenda number 2, ni pombe. Agenda number 3, ni pombe. These were the exact words of His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta in July 2015. We are now in 2018. Look, 2015, 16, 17, and 18. Kiambodhi Nyambura Joy is my name from the great Machakos Academy, and I'm here strongly to oppose the motion that says raising the age limit of alcohol will result to reduce substance abuse among the youth. My handsome fella, you forgot the word reduce. This is to lessen. Please remember that. As earlier, I have quoted what President Uhuru said. He was saying this in July 2015. He was summoning this to the MPs of Central. It has been 4 years. We are in 2018. Kenya will still be the same. He has done nothing. Last year, 28th of December, shisha was banned. Marijuana is illegal, or scientifically, let me call it cannabis sativa. It is illegal. But what do we see? Young teenagers, young youth, they do not care. In the streets of Nairobi, you'll see the young teenagers and also the young youth, they take these drugs, including bang, including cigarettes, and most of all, this drink called alcohol. This, the government should sober up. Hashtag ifikie wazazi. This was a hashtag that shocked many, mostly the parents. Mostly the parents. If the parents are not playing their role, it should be expected for them to play each and every role and check any slight behavior that is changing in their child. However, whether the government raises the age limit to 21, 31, 41, I don't care. In August 2015, 45 students were found taking bang, cigarettes, and also alcohol in a matatu in Nyeri. The president, let me say, the government has made this country free. If you want it, you get it. If you want it, you get it. Simple as that. Honestly, I think we are wasting time here. I think we are wasting resources to make this thing work. Regardless of the age, you'll always find someone who is willing to buy you alcohol. If this someone doesn't want to buy you alcohol, this young teenager or young youth will be encouraged to find ways in order to get to the black market and get alcohol. I will never press any button to raise the age limit of alcohol. Thank you.
Second proposer, you have 3 minutes for rebuttal.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. I liked it. You get the looks? Fine. You get the voice? Definitely. But I'm so much disappointed by the fact that you have low acquaintance of the motion. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe the motion is raising the age limit on alcohol will result in reduced substance abuse among the youth. We talked about alcohol, marijuana, shisha. I think you're out of content. You talked about hashtag ifikie wazazi. That, according to my understanding, was the youth going out and flaunting their own right of taking photographs, and instead of it, taking photographs that are not up to their morals. Was it about alcohol? My dear people, let us understand the motion, and then that way we are going to get the point. You talked about us wasting resources. Let me ask you a simple question. Does a parent really, out of love, waste resources on their child? Sincerely speaking, I believe no parent can watch their child go down the drain just because of distraction by alcohol. Ha 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 ha. Allow me, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, to laugh. This is because even the world laughs at how the literates of the 21st century have turned out into ignorant people who not only deny their own mistakes, but instead shift blame from one shoulder to another. Ladies and gentlemen, until when shall we watch our own children go down the drain? Brains that could have worked for our own nations go down the drain. According to Wikipedia, an MLDA of 21 allows for hope that drinking will become less reckless. When I talk about less reckless, I simply mean our children are not going to indulge in alcohol and substance abuse simply because alcohol is there. Again, the people drinking will be more mature to make reasonable decisions. As we all understand from our Form 4 biology, that alcohol is one of the causes of low levels of brain development in and among the youths. Trust me, if we take alcohol drinking limits above 18, then our young people are going to be able to make reasonable decisions that are not only going to stand, but are going to run with them along the course. I have a food for thought for all of us. When your hands are stained with blood, do we cut the hands? When your shoes are stained with mud, do you throw them? Ladies and gentlemen, let us get to understand that this is primarily for our own benefit, for the benefit of us and our own children. Without much ado, allow me therefore, Emmanuel Kimeu of Makueni Boys, to rest my case.
Second opposer, you have 3 minutes for rebuttal.
Nataka leo wete ambulance, kesho niamke na mababulas, nikunywe supu nisike fabulous, hangi kiisha, tena repeat. This is a song that is loved by most teenagers and the youth. So much into secular, forgetting that such type of music are the type of music that influence them to use these drugs and eventually abuse them. If corruption is one thing that is consuming Kenya so much and it is so hard to get rid of, do you still want to convince me that raising the age limit will work? Well, my name is Fanny Selina Ote from the great Machakos Academy, strongly opposing the motion that goes, raising the age limit on alcohol will result in reduced substance abuse among the youth. First and foremost, raising the age limit will not, I repeat, will not work. In Kenya, we already know that it is illegal to sell drugs to the youth. But what happens? Oh, to surprise you, this is only but on paper. Yes, only on paper. The factual act on the ground is that the minors still go out there, look for drugs, consume them, abuse them. So if you're still trying to convince me that raising the age limit will reduce the substance use, please don't. What about the internet and other social media platforms? The drug dealers use these platforms to advertise what they have. And it's free. Of course, it's free. They use these platforms and advertise what they have. If a particular teenager, for that matter, is on social media, Instagram, WhatsApp, and sees such an advertisement, of course, if he is addicted, he will come running, if not crawling. In addition to that, we see that peer pressure, people like us, we are led to abuse drugs, most specifically alcohol, because of peer pressure. And this, by the way, is a major factor that is affecting us as Kenyans. Also, lack of role models is one thing that is bringing Kenya down. The likes of Justin Bieber, Nicki Minaj, Young Thug, you can mention them, you know them. These people exalt the drugs and they make drugs look cool. And for that matter, a young person out there goes and says, oh, did you see what things? Oh, yes, I did. It's Nicki Minaj. I know. I want to try what she did. And eventually, you will get exposed to that. In some cases, my dear handsome friend, I would love to tell you that absenteeism of parents also causes, it also makes us to be, it brings down the limitations of substance abuse. Kenyans will always be Kenyans. They will never change. As quoted in the Bible, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And so is us, Kenya. Selina Ote rests her case.
The proposers have been asked to give a guarantee that when the age limit of alcohol intake is raised, that substance abuse among the youth will actually go down. The opposers have been asked to cite examples where drugs of substance abuse have been advertised on the social media platforms that they earlier stated. Proposer number 3, you have 3 minutes to answer the question.
We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. But the real tragedy of life is when a literate member of the 21st century is afraid of being enlightened and standing right in the light. Ladies and gentlemen, in everything that we do, let's find a remedy and not a fault. I'll first begin by answering the question that was asked by a student. The question was, which strategies that we have that we are going to guarantee people that the youth under the age of 21, they're not going to abuse drugs? Simple. An example, we have licensing, yes. An example is in Kiambu County. The county government of Kiambu ensure that all the pubs, all the bars which engage in the selling of alcohol are licensed and are not supposed to sell to people who are under the age of 18? Again, let me give you another answer. We're also going to ensure that we have heavy taxation on those people who engage in alcohol or drugs and substance abuse below the age of 21. Yes, an example, we have the bill about the polythene papers. Yes, I can't see anyone with a polythene paper here. Why? Because you know, when the government arrests you or when the police arrest you with the polythene paper, you are really going to pay a lot of money. So I guess I'm clear. My name is Eric Mumo, a strong proposer of this motion, a student from the Makueni Boys High School. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, my dad is a drunk. I'm sorry to say. He currently suffers from liver cirrhosis. And he told me that he started taking alcohol when he was 18. This is because he was able to buy and he had the freedom to go to the counter and take a bottle of that alcoholic drink. Right now, we have spent all that we had. We have spent all that we could borrow. We have spent all that we could get from our neighbors and our friends and all our family, relatives, in his medical attention. And what I'm only remaining with are hope and voice. Yes, the hope that tomorrow I will still go back home and find my dad in hospital, still breathing. The hope that tomorrow I'll still go. And if I don't find my dad there, then I'll be able to face life as a strong man. And the voice that I'm currently shouting to you people, the voice that I will use to ensure that I pass this information to all of us, that so as to save the future kids, so that the next kid will be standing here, will not talk and say the sad words that I've said, to save the future dads. Ladies and gentlemen, even if we lose our human hearts and our human values, kindly, let's regain and remain with our principles and all our kindness that we have. Eric Mumo, Makueni Boys.
Third opposer, you have 3 minutes to respond.
Hii gava itajua ijui. Sio pandisha hadi miaka chwani. Kwani bado tapata tei au? This is the message of most youths who have engaged themselves in alcohol abuse. Then, why are we still trying to help people who haven't helped themselves? Join me as I strictly and strongly oppose the motion that raising the age limit on alcohol will reduce substance abuse among the youth. From the Machakos Academy Girls High School, I am Lona Vondahi. I'll like first by answering the question from our audience and pinpointing out that on the 20th of December last year, when shisha was banned in our country, I personally got a very good message on my phone that why are they prohibiting us from enjoying the goodness of life? I was sent all the messages, all the flavors of shisha. You name them, strawberry, vanilla, you name them. Well, I would like then to oppose what one of my fellow students said, that it will lower the percentages of risks. I beg to inform you that it will not. As the black market will increase, people will tend to drink behind the scenes. That way, we will not have been lowering the percentages of risk. We will, however, be increasing the percentages of risk. Then, get the facts right. It's not 23%. It is 30%, according to an Akada report on April last, 2016. Then, my fellow students said that no parent would like to interfere with their child's progress. Well, I'd like to inform you that according to the National Study of Adolescent Behavior, 80% of the youth who drink, it is due to their parents. And if you're measuring so much on 18-year-olds, don't you know that if an 18-year-old can get access to alcohol, so can a 15-year-old, so can a 17-year-old, and so can a 16-year-old. Many minors still drink, despite the current illegal age of 18 years. This is against the Alcoholic Drinking Control Act of 2010. This just goes to pinpoint out that this policy and any other would prove ineffective. And besides, it can be attested to by many incidences. For example, in October 2015, as recorded in a nation newspaper, 500 students were arrested in Eldoret, not only for drinking, but also engaging in sexually immoral behaviors. Then, furthermore, raising the age limit on alcohol makes it more attractive to teenagers. According to a research done by the University College of London, teenagers are more risk takers, and they are more attracted by things that have been prohibited. And at that survey, one youth was recorded marking that if alcohol would be allowed to the young, it would not be as fun. What a peculiar definition of fun. So you tell me, and you tell me again. I would like to leave you with a quote from Philip Dick. Alcohol use is not a disease, but a decision. Like a decision to step out in front of a moving car. You would call that not a disease, but an error of judgment. Please think twice. Thank you.
Proposition, you have 1 minute for final statement.
Pombe mbaya tuiangamize kwa kuzidisha miaka. Ladies and gentlemen, this simply means in English that we need to raise the age limit so that we reduce the consumption of alcohol among the youths. Trust me, I have a dream. I may not be Martin Luther King, I may not be his look-alike, but all I know is that I have a dream to see our youths grow up to maturity, make right decisions that are not influenced but due to consumption of alcohol. Trust me, when we have a dream, our very own lady said that dreams are valid no matter where you come from. Trust me, this dream can be actualized if we all team up together, gang up together, and decide to fight. Fight the enemy that we have. Fight the enemy that we have right about now. Fight with insight, right in the night. Then we're going to stand out as champions, and we're going to claim something of greatness. Thank you. I'm still Emmanuel Kimeu, Makueni boys.
Opposition, you have 1 minute for a final submission.
Again, from the Machakos Academy Girls High School, I am Lona Wandai. Why are we still limiting ourselves to raising the age limit while we still have not increased the prices of alcohol? We still have not restricted the market on alcohol on our underage. Well, we still have not reduced the availability of alcohol to our youths. Well, my fellow students, thank you very much for this flower. But I suggest that if this motion were to be passed, I will have to take this flower to your burial. Thank you.
That was a heated debate. Since morning, we've had heated debates, but this one was quite heated. Raising the age limit on alcohol will result in reduced substance abuse among the youth. Makueni boys, that was a good debate that you gave us today. Caleb Mudami, good introduction, good attempt at definition of terms, well researched, you quoted relevant authorities, you exhibited passion and conviction in your talking, then you had good mastery of language. Emmanuel Kimeu, good cross-examination skills. You correctly pointed out that your opponent had made reference to bang as one of the drugs in which the age limit has to be lowered. And you see, we cannot even discuss about bang being one of them because in Kenya, bang is illegal. So we cannot even mention it. Then Eric Mumo, excellent style and presentation, good mastery of language and content, good use of personal examples. I was moved. Actually, you took me through an emotional journey about the story about your dad. I'm sorry. I hope he gets well. Yeah, and that was good, at least using a personal story to express your point of view. Thank you.
Machakos Academy girls, I loved your presentation. It was quite good, very passionate speakers. And the first speaker, Joy Nyambura, you are very interesting on stage. When you raised the age limit 21, 31, 41, that one was quite good. Selena, very confident also. But I also expected you to talk about how this age bracket of 18 to 35, who are actually still youth, how they are still the most affected by alcohol, even with the issue of the age limit. I think that is the age bracket where the effect is mostly seen. Lorna and I, you are confident that you have good mastery of content. The motion did not limit you to Kenya. So we also expected to hear many examples from various countries in the world because the motion is not tied to our country. Thank you.
I am impressed, and you caught my attention all through. You were excellent teams, and I think this is what I call a debate. I really enjoyed it all through, all right? So despite whatever you mentioned, just know that you did very well, and we're so proud of you, okay? This is a proposition of relationship. It's a cause and effect, and we can tell that we are talking about alcohol, raising the age limit, and then the effect of having a reduction in substance abuse in young people. And so there was all this, and I must say I'm still torn. I can't say that I have been convinced by which team. That means then you did very well in terms of your research and all that. That was a good debate. All the best to both teams. The judges have awarded Machakos Academy 73%. Let's give them a round of applause. Esperanza, will you do the honors of reading Makueni Boys' high school percentage?
Makueni boys have 74%.
Congratulations to both teams. You've done a good job, but remember, the debate does not end here.
A job well done to both teams. Thank you very much for the heated debate and the thought-provoking discussions that we've had today. That's it for us at the Great Debaters Contest. Keep the conversations going. #GDC for SDGs. Thank you to Blaze by Safaricom and Brand Kenya Board for sponsoring this, and to our viewers at home for making this the show that you chose at this time. I have been your host, Esperanza Kapanga.
And I am Chris Buru. Until next time, stay tuned.